Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new bounty hunt monster Sigrid and Fort. This monster, in my opinion, has the best design. Just wait until you see this monster as an adult. Huge shout out to SP for giving me everything I need to make this video. They provided the monster, all the cells I need to take this monster to rank 5. Look how epic and amazing that is. That is incredible. SP also provided all the food I need to feed the monster, and any gems I use will be reimbursed. Alright, let's get into the lore. I want to know what is up with this really cool monster design. Look at that. On the night that Sigrid was born, her grandfather Fort had a revelation that she was destined for greatness, so he devoted his life to making sure she reached her goal. Years later, Sigrid is one of the best wizards Petra has ever known, and the memories of Fort are so strong that she's able to summon him onto the battlefield. I gotta say, in terms of monster design, this is one of the absolute best monster designs. I would love to see more monsters like this, where you have like the main monster, and then this like background stuff. This is like how I make some of my thumbnails, where I put the main monster, and then I put like a background kind of like blurred image. But I mean, this is so darn cool. So we have Sigrid, the granddaughter, and then we have Fort. So this monster better hold the cane and the sword, because you can literally see both monsters holding them. With that being said, let's just talk trait and then we'll go on to stats. So this monster has an evolving trait. You are immune to control at rank 0, so you cannot be stunned, frozen, possessed, corruption, or any of the mega variations, which I think is just incredible. Right now, the monsters that are immune to control off the top of my head are Sigrid and Fort, Ryclops, the other bounty hunt monster, the free one, and then Don Canine has a status caster. And it looks like immunity to control and the control meta is going to be prevalent in the Metro era. A lot of monsters are having status caster, stun immunity, possession, freeze immunity, all these different immunities. And, you know, we do have monsters that can stun. So Don Canine might be powerful with his CDA, ability to activate cooldowns. So we'll see how that turns out. At rank 1, oh, by the way, going back to immune to control, this helps against the Qiao Long Absolute Zero era. If you have Sigrid and Fort, and then you have a Megaton monster, say a Malcheron, even if the enemy Qiao Long is running Absolute Zero, if Qiao Long does Ignorance is Bliss, which removes positive effects twice, and then Absolute Zero kicks in and Mega Freeze, you're not going to get Mega Frozen thanks to your immune to control. Which means if you have Ryclops, Sigrid and Fort, and a Megaton monster, your Ryclops and your Sigrid and Fort are not going to get Mega Frozen with Absolute Zero, so then you can go on and potentially win the game, right? Ryclops can remove positive effects twice, Sigrid and Fort can go and probably deal massive amounts of damage. So, immune to control, definitely very, very valuable, especially permanent immune to control, not just a status caster. So that's where Don Canine kind of fails. And of course, this is the fugitive hater monster, so triple damage against the fugitive monsters. We have res block, so if the opponent tries to revive, they are going to be blocked. To be honest, in PvP meta, there is no real monsters that, maybe Rotten is used, but I mean, he's like 2 eras away now, so I don't know how often he'll be used. Equalaria can revive, there's a few other monsters that can revive. I think in War, this probably makes a lot more sense if you put this monster on defense, and it's a situation where, you know, maybe you are using Cosmic monsters or OG Mythics. Being able to res block can help the enemy not win with 3 coins. And then at rank 3, you get a life regen, and I believe, yeah, this is just yourself. So self-life regen. Overall, the best thing is the immune to control that you get at rank 0. Alright, with that being said, let's talk stats. We'll start off with the power stat. This monster has a power stat of 10,296. Overall in the game, this is the 3rd highest power stat. The highest power stat overall is 10,384, which belongs to Killjoy and Malfetor. And then we have Hydraka with 10,318. So then we have this monster in 3rd place overall, or I guess 4th place overall in terms of monsters. Funny enough, this beats Malarian by 3 points. Malarian has a power stat of 10,293. So I thought that's just a funny little thing. This is the strongest magic monster. Actually, no, Malfetor is also magic, right? So Malfetor beats this monster, so this monster is in 2nd place in the magic category. In terms of life stat, we have 113,401. So in terms of life stat, that is actually tied with Malfetor. Overall, it is 6th place in all the new monsters that have been released. And then we have a speed stat, 7,216. There are 9 monsters faster than Sigrid and Fort. This is actually tied with that of Malarian. So overall, stats-wise, the power stat is what we care about the most. This is going to be a strong attacker. You cannot deny this monster. Best way is to drain this monster's stamina, but she's probably going to have a staff relic, so even that won't work. So then activating cooldowns, but who knows, maybe we'll have a 0 cooldown skill. So let's go ahead and explore the skills. Okay, so here we are on the skills. Now, I'm going to do something differently that I've done in the past, but I haven't done it in a while. I'm going to do 2 parts for this series. I'm going to do a level 1 to 100. I think I'll even take the monster to rank 1 so we can get a talent on the monster, a street talent. And then I'll do a part 2 where we showcase the monster at level 150, because I know not everyone is going to be able to max out the monster all the way, especially since it's the exclusive monster. If you're going to get this monster and invest money into it, If you're not a big spender, you're only going to get the monster unranked, and then you're going to have to use it in the survival dungeon to rank it up. So I want to see what this monster is capable of at level 100, 105, and then the separate video part 2, if you want to see this monster at its fullest capacity, we'll get this monster all the way to 150. But with that being said, on this video, let's go ahead and focus on the skill set, more of an analysis type video. On the rank 5 video, it is going to be non-stop PvP. So with that being said, let's look at skills. Little Wizard, cute. Applies curse to an enemy. It is a 0 cooldown, 0 stamina curse skill. So going back to the fact this monster is immune to control, in all situations this monster is always going to have an attack you can utilize. Unfortunately, this curse is just a curse. It doesn't deal any damage. Considering this is an attacker monster, you want to deal damage. I mean, just look at Fort's sword. Deals massive physical damage to an enemy. I mean, that is powerful. Powerful. Alright, moving on. Bulky Warrior deals moderate physical damage to an enemy. So thank you SP for giving us a 0 cooldown skill. So now even if you're facing Don K9 and you get hit with cooldown activation, you have a skill you can utilize. Assuming, let's just go ahead and check out the relics. Yes, this monster can hold the staff, so you never have to worry about stamina on this monster. And with sword, you can either go Laser Beam Sword for more damage output, Cane Sword if you want to heal. I'm going to do Laser Beam Sword just so we can give this monster to pack a bigger punch. So we have Bulky Warrior. You know what it looks like? Let me see. It looks like the skills that are related to Fort, like Fort Sword and Bulky Warrior, those deal damage. And the skills that are that of Sigrid, like Little Wizard, Back to Original, Spell of Madness, it looks like those are the ones that don't deal any damage. So that's kind of unique. I don't know if that's intentional. Lacerations, yeah, Sigrid Spell, this one deals damage. That's pretty cool. But going back to, where were we? Spell of Madness applies 2 random negative effects to all enemies. I don't think this skill is worth it. I think maybe you can make an argument for run this monster as team speed and do the non-damage skills, but no, this monster, you want that massive damage out there. So far, I would say you don't need Little Wizard. Spell of Madness, you don't need it. 2 random negative effects. If it was like 2 denieds, if it was like a Ruby's Implosion or Explosion, that'd be a different story. But 2 random negative effects, you can do without it. Joint Attack deals heavy special damage to an enemy and applies curse. It is just a special-based curse skill. Moving on, Fort Sword, 3-turn cooldown, massive attack, for sure you're owning that. Back to Original removes positive and negative effects from itself, applies life regen to itself. Okay, so this skill has some drawbacks. You obviously lose any buff you had. If you gave this monster a double damage buff, a triple damage buff, an evasion, any positive effect you gave this monster, unfortunately it's going to be cleansed away, along with any negative effect this monster may have, but then you get life regen on top of it. Going back to the fact that this monster is not going to be possessed or anything like that, mega possessed, corrupted, really, you're using that skill to get rid of a blind, a daze, or of course, something that is a DOT, damage over time, a bleeding, curse, ignite, all that stuff. So it's more, yeah, it's more like it's a negative effect cleanser, but you remove the positives. I'm not sure how I feel about this skill. It could definitely come in handy, especially if you have dots. Like, I'm just imagining you're facing a Sapman, hits you with ignite, hits you with the burn. You're facing a Malarian, hits you with a curse. So you definitely want to cleanse those kinds of dots. And I guess if this monster doesn't self-buff, it might not be a bad thing. And you end off with the life regen on top of it. So, at the end of the day, even though you do remove positive effects, this could potentially be worth running because you're cleansing any negative effect you have, and you're giving yourself a way to recover life. Laceration deals moderate physical damage to one enemy, and then deals moderate physical damage to all enemies. So it's basically an AoE. You single target one monster, and then you residual damage everyone, including that same monster. So you do have an AoE skill, not bad. And then you have Sigrid Spell, which deals moderate magic damage and applies random negative effects to all enemies and curse. So it's curse plus an additional negative effect. Alright, I think I have enough to make a judgment on this monster. You want to run Fort's Sword. It is your massive physical-based attack. You want to run Laceration. It is your AoE moderate attack. You want to run, let's see, the AoE Curse for sure. And last and not least, you want to run, let's see, Joint Attack versus Bulky Warrior. So Joint Attack deals more damage, however has 1 turn cooldown, whereas Bulky Warrior is 20 stamina 0 cooldown. I'm going to say you actually want the Joint Attack. So this is going to be a skill set you could do. You could, of course, going back to the cooldown activation. If cooldown activation turns out to be a powerful meta, you are going to want to put in Bulky Warrior somewhere in there. I would recommend... I feel like Fort Sword is the kind of skill that can OTK an enemy monster. In the right situation, not to mention you have access to your street talents, gosh, it's a Hidden Shiv, but there's another one, the Frequency Gauntlet. They both deal like 90k damage. So Fort Sword combined with the street talent, I feel can OTK an enemy monster. So you might be okay. Laceration is AoE, and then again, for Hidden Shiv can potentially OTK someone and just really damage someone else. Sigrid's Spell is a dot. Which is stronger? Let's see. If you only want one AoE, I'd go with the Curse, because that also applies a random negative effect. So I would say, if you're deciding on a skill set for this monster, you could probably forego, instead of running both AoEs, you could run 3 singles. Fort Sword is a must. Like, no ands, ifs, or buts. Massive physical damage, yes, you're running that. The last 3 skills, you can basically put them in any order you want. Like, you could do, let's say you don't care for Laceration, you can do Sigrid's Spell. So you can do Fort Sword, Sigrid's Spell, Bulky Word, have a 0 cooldown skill, and then you can even run the back to original for those situations where something bad may happen. Like, this could be a viable skill set. There's a lot of things you can do with this monster. But again, Fort Sword, that's your must. Let's play around with different things. We'll keep Laceration in. We'll do Sigrid's Spell. Because remember, Laceration against a single monster is going to be doing more damage than it does AoE damage. So even though Sigrid's Spell looks... No, Laceration's a little more powerful, but against that single monster, here we'll run them both to test them out. We won't do Bulky Warrior now. And we will keep back to the original or joint attack. Physical... It's difficult with this monster. It's actually very difficult. You don't have to worry about magic on magic, considering you have physical-based attacks and special-based attacks as well. We already gave the monster relics. In terms of a rune setup, it's pretty straightforward on this monster. Typical attacker setup, so we're going to go strength and speed. 2 strength and a single speed rune. And again, we're going to showcase the monster at level 100 at 105 with a street talent. And then, for those of you that are curious, we'll do another video where this monster is fully maxed out. So for the first team, I'm going to go ahead and use Chill Long and a Megaton monster. That way I can absolute freeze everyone, and hopefully I'll get a chance to attack. There might be situations where the enemy is faster than me. If anything, we'll get to showcase my immune to control if the enemy is using Chill Long, but we'll see how these battles go. Of course, I am not allowed to win the battles because that would be unfair, considering I'm using a monster that was given to me before it's actually been released. So we'll just start off with that. Absolute 0 on everyone. UA, ouch. So I am going to get slaughtered here. I might have to put Mouseron in the game. Yeah, I might have to swap over to Mouseron. So give me 1 second and I will do that. Okay, I think this is a lot better. Let's go ahead and try again. I gotta say, animation, once again, looks incredibly awesome. Sigrid and Fort, everyone. Alright, Chiao Long, but it looks like they're level 130, so this shouldn't be too bad. Ignorance is bliss. Absolute 0 kicks in. So let's see how much damage I can deal against 130s. So everyone's turn is skipped. Alright, let's see. So no, 140, 148, and 142. I'm going to go ahead and Corrupted Dragon. No, I'm just going to recharge, and we are going to recharge. Alright, so let's go through the skills. Joint attack, 76k against a 140, 142. Alright, so rank 4, 76k, 311 plus curse. Sigrid's spell deals 53k, but it'll apply a random negative effect, and it'll apply the curse to all the enemy monsters. Laceration, so this is the interesting one, because it deals moderate physical damage to one enemy, and then deals moderate physical damage to all enemies. So even though it shows as killing Bloomeria, and it shows as killing Chiao Long, considering I'm taking on Crowd Crawler, I don't believe they'll die. I don't think the residual damage will be that much. Then we have Fort's Sword, which is dealing 108 damage, plus 5,000 in the shield against Crowd Crawler over here. So, I'm curious on Laceration, so let's do that one. So, attacking Crowd Crawler, Laceration, and residual damage, 45k. Alright, so it's important to know how much residual damage you'll do in case you're utilizing that skill. Alright, the battle continues. Petal Scythe. Ouch. I am going to go ahead and do Corrupted Dragon. Get rid of Bloomeria. Ignorance is bliss. Absolute 0. Haha! Look at that. I did not get frozen. Chiao Long may be frozen, but I am okay because I'm immune to control. And we can do... did you die? You already died. We're just going to do Fort's Sword. Massive damage. Killing him. Corrupted Dragon. What do I have? Fire weakness. Now I can be denied. Alright, we'll call it a day there. So, you see this monster at 100. She definitely packs a punch. Or I should say, they definitely pack a punch. Or I should say, it's Fort. It's her grandpa packing a punch. Sigrid is just there summoning Fort. Alright, let's see. 140, 150, 148. Alright, let's see. Lord Nabotas versus Sigrid. Who is more powerful? We're going to start the game off with Ignorance is Bliss. Alright. And then... Ooh, that turn order. It really showcases the difference in level 100 monsters versus non-100s. UA, I think I'll be okay. Forgotten, Punish the Weak. Let's see if we can get some dots on you. Bleeding and Ignite. That's good. Let's see if I can't give some protection. Hold your breath. Alright, so let's showcase some damage. This is a 150, that's a 140, and that's a 148. So joint attack, 76k, 311. Oh, I guess it doesn't even matter that you're 150. Sigrid's spell, 53k plus a negative effect. Laceration, 91k, very nice. So again, showcasing the difference between Sigrid's spell, it's 53k against everyone. Laceration is 91k against the main monster you target. Residual damage is probably going to be less than Sigrid spell. Yeah, slightly less, because this is 35 and this is 30. So I imagine this is probably 30 twice to the monster in the middle. And then Fort Sword, 114k. Honestly, with my Laser Beam Sword, this would probably kill with the residual damage. I'm curious, though, on Sigrid's spell, so let's do the negative effect and curse. Let's see what I land. I landed Minor Blind, and I landed a Stamina Drain on Master Rat, it looks like. Magic Weakness, Nightmare, Stamina... Oh, yeah, Stamina Leak and Minor Blind. Okay, not bad. Corrupted Dragon, Forgotten. Let's just recharge. Let's see what happens. Okay, got hit with Curse. Amulet, and then all the negative effects. I think he cleansed everything away. Gloves, UA, ouch. Royal at Birth, UA again. Chikugan Sword. I can do Forgotten, Corrupted Dragon. Let's damage Corrupted Dragon. I think I'm just going to single target. Assuming I'll get the chance, and I think I will. Let's do Skill Mirror. I'm just going to single target Lord Nabotis. Swift, Rat and Snake, and Fort Sword. Actually, I'll do Laceration so I can kill residually Master Rat. Laceration, and boom. Oh, he didn't even die. Well, now he's dead. Alright, let's go after Lady Meow. Roll at Birth, UA again, and Daggers. Unfortunately, that kills me. I cannot resurrect. So yeah, there is the monster at level 100. We'll do one more battle, and then I'll take it to 105, which I think will definitely change, because then I'll have access to Street Talent, which means Phase Shield to stay alive, Hidden Shiv for extra damage, even though it's not going to be really, really powerful. It's still extra damage, which might mean the difference between winning or losing, right? So here we'll go Ignorance is Bliss. Like, here's a good example where, however strong my AoE is, obviously if I could land the Hidden Shiv damage extra, would be really powerful. So we're gonna recharge and watch. Like a Sigrid spell, Curse plus Bleed with Hidden Shiv, that would be powerful. Laser Beam Sword, Master Staff, we're just gonna recharge. There's Curse damage, and then yeah, I mean, I could honestly just keep recharging with those monsters, and then Laceration would probably kill them both. Here, let's see how much residual damage it is to Hardy. So, if I attack, it was 52k. That's pretty powerful. Alright, speed that up, and it takes it out. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the monster to 105. You saw how powerful she is. For those of you that are going to buy the monster unranked and use it for a couple days unranked, that's the kind of damage she can do, assuming you give her level 10 runes. But now, let's take her to 105, increase your stats, and give her a Street Talent. Why I kept saying 105, it's 110. I don't even know. Do I even play ML? So 110 when you go rank 1. That's right. I must have been thinking of like legendary monsters back in the day. Alright, so here I am going to mess around with the skill set. I'm going to run Fort Sword. I'm going to keep Laceration. Sigrid. Actually, I want to mess around with the spell a little bit more. I don't know if I need that 0 cooldown skill. Again, it could come in handy. It is a weaker skill. I want to have maybe, let's see, 2 AoEs. You could definitely do them back to back. But I want to maybe utilize that back to the original. I'm sure there's a situation where it'll come in handy. But again, the main skill is your massive attack. And it's ultimately up to you. Do you want to run both? Or let me know in the comments. Do you want to run both AoEs? Do you want to run 3 singles? Let me know in the comments. What do you normally do for your monsters? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do Ignorance. Gosh, the absolute 0 damage is just killing monsters. I'm surprised. I'm at 7,000 trophies and the opponents are not what I expected them to be. Alright, so we are gonna just recharge and recharge again. Luckily they probably have revival. Yeah, they're good. Or Taboro's good. Did you die already? Oh, you did die already. Dang. Alright, so we're not really gonna see too much damage here. We'll just do Sigrid spell. Alright. And then look at all the dots, the curse, nanovirus. So we landed a nanovirus on Taboro's sister. We're gonna recharge. Favorite trick. Dead. By the way, this monster could CDA Lindworm and Taboro's sister could CDA, so that's a situation where running Bulky Warrior would come in handy. Here's a situation where I have no stamina, but as soon as it's my turn, Master Staff kicks in, I have stamina, and then I can do my powerful attack. We'll do Joint Attack. Boom. And then you're seeing the Hidden Shiv damage kick in as well. Alright, let's hope for some stronger opponents. If anything, I'll just double Megataunt. I'll do double Megaton Sigrid and Fort so we can just see her attack. Or I guess Fort attack. 140, 150. Alright, spec. Awesome. So Ignorance, of course. The Duke cannot be denied. So Fire Rainbow, that's fine. Diverse Depressions, Trade Disable, that's fine. Alright, Pain Distiller, ouch. We are going to go with a Recharge. We're going to set up MT again. Anti-Catwall. Alright, so see, this is where a Cleansing could come in handy. Get back my immune to Control. I would lose my true vision, which is fine. I'd get my immune to control and I'd get life regen. Joint attack dealing 99k. Alright, so that's a 150 spec with a power stat of 41k. I have a power stat of 43k, but you're not a... Yeah, you're a single strength. So I have 2 strength. Yeah, well, that level 10 rune makes a big difference. So I have 2 strength. 150 spec has 1 strength. I'm 110, and my power stat is greater. Well, thanks to the laser beam sword kicking in. So yeah, joint attack at 99k. Sigrid spell at 72 because it's strong against Mouseron, 34. Double that, 35. It'd be 70 against a normal corrupted monster, and then Fort Sword. Look at that, OTK. Isn't that gorgeous? That's just OTK spec. Boom. And then again, hidden shift damage, residual damage is there. Alright, we're gonna do the AoE because I'm curious to see what it does. Alright, let's recharge and recharge. Fire Rainbow and damage booster or whatever. Alright, Sigrid spell. Let's slow this down. It looks like we landed a minor blind and a curse. Again, the curse is always, and then it's a negative effect. It looks like a minor blind on both. We are just going to exit out. So definitely just taking it to rank 1. A lot more powerful. Let's fight again. Let's hope for some stronger opponents and more 150s. I would love... Ooh, maybe I should just let her attack a Megaton monster all the way. Looks like this is a corrupted dragon play. Get that deny in there as well. Alright, Pain Distiller, Soul Faint. Alright, Lord Nabotis is frozen. I am going to do Punish the Weak. I can't get hit with dots. I could always Forgotten. Pump Seed Staff. And then I could Punish the Weak. Get some dots on you. Okay, perfect. We are going to set up MT. And I could... See, if I had my other attack, my single AoE, I could still damage... I could damage everyone with my Laceration skill. I could single target you and then AoE the side monsters. Joint attack 99k again. We've seen that. Fort Sword OTKing. This is a 140. This is a 140 and that is a 140. And I am OTKing Lord Nabotis and Jakuna High. And against Modrak, I'm dealing... I'm taking away the 114k shield. Plus I'm damaging an extra 35. So that is powerful. We're going to do Sigrid spell. We're going to slow it down. So check this out. Damage, curse, hidden shift kicks in for some extra 30k damage plus the bleed. So now we have a good amount of dots. Oh, don't forget my extra residual damage from Laser Beam Sword, Cane Sword, even if you have that. Nice. I'm hit with a Quicksand, so here's an example of where running. Here, let's Punish the Weak over here. I think you have Pain Distiller, so that's maybe not a good idea. We're just going to attack you. Pump Seed Staff. Corrupted Dragon. Ignorance is Bliss. Sure, why not? Alright, Mud Body again. Let's do Black Bite. Try to kill. You couldn't do it. Alright, recharge. Here's an example. We're back to the original. Cleanse, get rid of that Quicksand. Before I do that, though, I do want to kill Jakuna High. Hidden Shift kicking in again. Alright, 2v1. That Quicksand is going to hurt me, but I can always cleanse it away and get a life regen. So, in these situations, I can just simply recover, see? Getting some HP. I'm sure you have Revival. You have Flamero's Essence. Fort Sword, 112 plus the shield. Hidden Shift kicking in, getting that bleed damage in there. Got hit with the drown again. That's fine. The life regen keeps me afloat. Let's hit a random negative effect. We got a guard down. Curse kicking in as well. And yeah, that's this monster at 110. Quite powerful, I will admit. Quite powerful. Overall, in terms of attackers, though, I think I still prefer Malarian over all the attackers from Season 1. Animation-wise, though, and design-wise, Sigrid and Fort is a really, really cool duo. Alright, I think we're going to call it with this last one, Corrupted Dragon. Alright, everyone's going to get frozen. Well, no, Ignis can cleanse your dodge area. Never mind. I said Ignorance is Bliss. Alright, because now they cleanse everything away. We are going to do Forgotten. Or, yeah, we'll do Forgotten. And we will do Ignorance. We'll do Punish. We will set up nothing. Sigrid spell. Let's see what I can land. Oh, a reverse healing. That's nice. Too bad you'll cleanse away. Killed me. Spirit Battery. We are going to go Corrupted Dragon. The dots will eat you away. Ignorance is Bliss. Yeah, let's trade disable. Honestly, I lost Sigrid and Fort, so there's no reason to continue. Alright, but you got to see the monster at level 100 and 110. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about this format. If you want to see 2 parts, or if you'd rather see it all in one video, or if it's just the 150. Whatever, any and all thoughts, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of Sigrid and Fort, and stay tuned for a part 2, where I will show Sigrid and Fort completely maxed out.